Hello Internet, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Haki, and today I'm going to be talking about Ohio's judicial structure, outlining the different levels of courts in the state. To begin, here's the overall structure. Every state has a parallel structure, so even if you're not in Ohio, this video could apply for your state. At the bottom, we have the trial courts. This is where cases are tried, meaning these courts have original jurisdiction, but more on that term later. And this is also where most of the court action happens. Then we have the appellate courts. Appellate is just the adjective form of appeal. Decisions in the trial courts can be appealed and then heard by the appellate courts, who can affirm or reverse the decisions of the lower court, also meaning that they have appellate jurisdiction. At the top is the Ohio Supreme Court, which is just the queen of appellate courts. For specific cases, such as those involving the death penalty, decisions in the Court of Appeals can be further appealed to the Ohio Supreme Court. This also applies to cases that question the constitutionality of the Ohio Constitution. So first, the trial courts. Let's talk about the Court of Common Pleas, where a lot of action happens. This is where you go to fight your ex for custody of your child, where you might sue a company for putting a finger in your chili. The Court of Common Pleas is at the level of county. Geography is important here. There's one Court of Common Pleas for each of Ohio's 88 counties. The Court of Common Pleas hears criminal felony cases, civil cases, domestic relations cases, juvenile delinquency cases, and probate cases. In Ohio, the General Assembly has split the Court of Common Pleas into domestic relations, juvenile, and probate divisions. This just means there will be specific judges and staff to administer the separate divisions. These divisions apply to each Court of Common Pleas in each county. So, then we have a bunch of other lower courts. The county and municipal courts are kind of a mix of the same thing. It depends on where you live, but these courts hear cases involving traffic crimes and civil cases where the monetary value in question is less than $15,000. So, like a petty theft case. Depending on the distribution of population within a county, there may only be a county court and no municipal, aka city court. In other cases, there may be a county court alongside other municipal courts for specific cities. For example, Dayton in Montgomery County and Zanesville in Muskingum County have their own municipal courts that will hear cases on traffic fines specific to their city. However, there is no Columbus Municipal Court because the Columbus metro area is the same as Franklin County. Actually, in 1968, the court was renamed from the Columbus Municipal Court to the Franklin County Municipal Court. Then we have the Court of Claims. This court is meant for cases against the state. There is only one such court, and it is based in Columbus. For example, this is where you might file a case against a police officer who you feel mistreated you. Finally, there's the mayor's courts, which are courts for small cities that don't have a municipal court. They're kind of for administrative convenience. Only cases involving the violation of local ordinances or state traffic laws are heard in these courts. So, if you have a trial in any of these courts, you can appeal the decision to your district's appellate courts. Ohio is divided into 12 districts with one court of appeals each. Another thing of note is that appellate courts will break into a 3-judge panel to decide on an appeal. There won't be one judge deciding. Each district has a different amount of judges. Most of the districts in Ohio have 4 to 6 judges, but the more populous counties have more. The 8th district, which only contains Cuyahoga County, has 12 judges. The 10th district, which contains only Franklin County, has 8 judges. And as I said before, some cases can be further appealed to the Ohio Supreme Court. Here, let's take a look. I found this document on supremecourt.ohio.gov. It explains the Ohio judicial structure along with the court cases that the Ohio Supreme Court can hear. So here we go. The court must accept appeals of cases that originated in the Court of Appeals, cases involving the death penalty, cases involving questions arising under the U.S. Constitution or the Ohio Constitution, cases in which there were conflicting opinions from 2 or more Court of Appeals districts, appeals from such administrative bodies as the Board of Tax Appeals and the Public Utilities Commission. So there you have it. These are the court cases that the Supreme Court must hear. So, the Supreme Court is mostly just the court that decides on appeals, right? But if we look here, it also says that the court has original jurisdiction for certain special remedies that permit a person to file an action in the Supreme Court. So in Ohio, for these special cases, the trial goes straight to the Supreme Court and skips the lower trial courts that I mentioned earlier. Now, how do the judges in these courts get the positions? All these judges at every level are elected to 6-year terms. This excludes the judges of the Court of Claims, who are appointed by the Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court. This also excludes the officials of the Mayor's Court, who are appointed by the respective mayors. And to get technical, they're not actually judges in the Mayor's Court, they're actually called magistrates, more of a presiding officer than a judge. For the Supreme Court, 2 judges are up for election every 2 years. For the Appellate Courts, it varies by district. In the 10th District, aka Franklin County, there are 2 up for election every 2 years, but in Cuyahoga County, there are 4 up for election every 2 years. Now for the lower courts, such as the common pleas courts, there are varying amounts of judges that are up for election every year, depending on the county you have, depending on how many judges there are, but again, they're all elected to 6-year terms. So for example, for the common pleas general division in Franklin County, there are 5 of 19 seats up for election in 2020. In Cuyahoga County, there are 10 of 34 judges up for election. There are several counties that may only have 1 or 2 judges on their common pleas general division, meaning there may not be any seats up in 2020. So that's a general gist of the Ohio judicial system and structure. If you learned something from this video, please consider giving it a like, and if you want more content explaining Ohio politics and government, please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.